everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to understand how to analyze a JD. JD basically job description for a role of an investment banking analyst using the example of JP Morgan. If you are an MBA student or someone is planning to enter investment banking, so this video will help you to understand what companies actually look for when they are like posting a job description. So let's begin. First of all, what a job description is. A job description is basically a document that outlines the roles, responsibilities, required skills, and qualifications for a particular job. It can be any job. For an instance, like we have taken the role of an investment banking analyst. So the company is JP Morgan, which is the big four. But it is important to understand what a JD, like a JD is just not a notification like any other notification. It is actually a filtering tool used by recruiters to shortlist candidates. So instead of just reading it, we need to analyze it. So let us take a typical investment banking job analyst description from JP Morgan. So basically, a JD is something that usually includes responsibilities like financial modeling, valuation, industry research, preparing pitch reports, and supporting mergers and acquisitions, working closely with senior banks and clients. So this clearly shows that the role is highly analytical, fast-paced, and requires technical and communication skills. So how to analyze job description step by step? First thing that we need to analyze is the roles and responsibilities. When JD mentions financial modeling and valuation, it means company expect you to have strong technical knowledge about finance. It is just not about your accounting. You should know basics and as well as the core of what finance actually is. You should be comfortable with Excels, building financial models, and even if you're having good presentation skills, that's a plus point to you. And when it talks about preparing pitch books, it indicates that you should also have good presentation skills and be able to communicate clearly. So, in this section, we understand what both technical and presentation skills are important. The second requirement is skills. What many people lack in today's world is skills because everyone is having the qualifications, but skills are the few of them are having the skills. So the JD usually mentions skills like analytical thinking, financial knowledge, communication, and teamwork. Everybody thinks we have it in us, but in reality, we don't have it. So we can divide this into two categories. First of all, the hard skills that are basically the technical skills that are required through some courses, through a degree or anything. And the second one is soft skills that you have to work upon yourself, then only you can develop. So this tells us that investment banking is not just something about working with numbers or about working with people and the banks or anything. It is about something you have to involve with your all efforts, and you should have a core knowledge of it. The third part is qualification. What qualifications is? Most of the JDs in today's world ask for a degree in finance, economics, or a related field, and they prefer MBA if a candidate is having an MBA, so the candidate is preferred. This means that your educational background plays an important role, and having a specialization in finance gives you an advantage. If you're having a specialization in for any finance related course, then you'll have an edge over the other people that are going to enter the investment banking world as an analyst. So here is the most important part of the JD, that is identifying the hidden expectations of the recruiter. How what he's really looking for, is he it is only the skills or the qualification that he asks, or there is something more. So these are not clearly mentioned in the JD, but they are understood from the nature of the role. For example, investment banking roles often require long hours, the ability to handle pressure, and working under tight deadlines. So it is not mentioned in the JD, all these things, but it is there. You have to assume that these are there, and if you are like that, then only you will be suitable for the job. Otherwise, it will be a bad career decision. So the company is not just looking for technical skills, but also for resilience, dedication, and ability to perform under stress. So now, after analyzing the GD, the next step is to match how is it matching your profile or not. So you should ask yourself some question like, do I have these financial skills that are required, or can I perform? valuation and analysis, or like financial modeling, capital budgeting. Can I perform these things? Or do I have good communication skills? And am I comfortable working in high pressure environment? Or is my degrees aligning with the JD? Taking my example, for example, that like I have NCC air background. During my graduation, I was a part of NCC, Air Force Wing. So what I brings with myself is discipline, teamwork, analytical thinking, and leadership qualities that will help me in investment banking role. But it is not that the only in NCC you can. If you are a good team player, if you are doing something like you are good in karate or something, it builds your character. That is what is required the most. Now the second thing is how to connect your profile with the job description. So there are some tips that I would like to give you. For example, there are some keywords that you should mention on your resume that will help, because nowadays the resumes are filtered by it is a software that will shortlist your resume. So if you are having these keywords in your resume, then the chances of your resume getting selected increases. And make sure what you have mentioned in your GD, you should know everything about it, from Excel to PowerPoint to any hard skill that you are mentioning. And you should prepare well both for your technical interview as well as your HR interview or the personal interview that we say. So you should remember that a JD is not just a list of requirements. That is, it is actually more of a roadmap that helps you to prepare for a job and succeed in the selection process. So to conclude, I would like to say that analyzing a job description helps you to understand what the company is looking for. Identify your skill gaps, prepare yourself in a more focused way towards the job that you are looking for. So here I've used the example of JP Morgan. We saw that investment banking analyst role requires a combination of technical expertise, communication skills, and the ability to work under pressure. So that's from our side. Thank you for watching. See you again.